So well done to the Fed, because now USA, the United States of America, they are over 33 trillion with a T, not billions, trillions, 33 trillion US dollar in debt now in 2023. So all their money printing, all they synthetically pumping money into the system, led to 33 trillion dollars in debt. I think the split was about like 6 trillion in government debt. The rest was in citizen debts. So crazy, crazy numbers. And again, if you just logically think about it, that's numbers they can never ever pay back ever. How? It's impossible. And of course, that led to inflation to an all-time high, and the crisis is literally unpreventable at this point. So they navigated themselves into big pile of shits, and of course now they have to find ways that not everything is gonna collapse, right? So how they gonna do it? One of these solutions, at least they think that's gonna help them, will be the CBDC, the central bank digital currency. And as you already can see, there's a little monster in here, because that shit is a little bit horrifying and definitely not good. But most people just don't talk about it, as it's not the best situation that will be coming in a few, probably months, definitely this year, or not definitely, but potentially this year. So you have to be prepared and have to be ready. So what is the CBDC, the central bank digital currency? So I start off with a little quote. I think it was Klaus Schwab saying that, and he said, "You will own nothing and be happy." So if you think about your current life already, it's all around you already. So let's say you have an Amazon Prime account, you buy a movie and want to watch it. Yes, you bought the movie for like €5 or whatever it is, right? But do you really own this movie? No, you don't have a physical copy of the movie. You have the logins to your Amazon account, and that unlocks you that movie digitally. You don't own the movie. You don't have the DVD anymore. You can't run around and put it into your TV. No, if they remove you the access to your Amazon Prime account, for example, on Netflix, the same thing, then you will lose this movie also. You don't own it, but you technically bought it. There's so many examples in your life you probably don't realize. The same with pictures, the same with music. Your own music, you don't own it. It's just on your login device, right? You don't own anything. Like at this point, less and less and more. Even car industry goes crazy with that. Man, you literally have to pay a subscription model, so they unlock the heat seaters and stuff like that. And if you don't pay that monthly subscription, you heaters, whatever you call it in English, they can't turn back on. Think about that shit. It's crazy. So the world gets more and more crazy the way we while we're speaking, and the CBDC, that's like the peak of craziness, which will be coming soon, right? So what is it? So banks, of course, they seek for cashless banking system for decades. They work for getting that done for years and years and decades down the lines. Why do they want that? So of course, banks want complete control over every transaction you as a person make. And with the central banking digital currency, they can achieve that. That just means, again, they will transfer all the cash system to a token based digital currency. So there's no more cash involved. Your whole bank account is just, again, technically cryptocurrencies. And this will give them this will technically put you on a 100% transparency of what you buy. And you can say literally goodbye to privacy. Because again, if you only can buy stuff with digital currencies, you can't go in a shop, buy something with cash, you can't help your neighbor, and he gives you €100 to help him, whatever. That's all stuff which will be very tricky. So the privacy thing, again, where you just sell things off, whatever, help someone do some services. No, everything will be 100% transparent, and they will see and obviously monitor everything you will do and can do. And they will force this digital bank currency upon us, right? Again, at some point, they will be like, oh, you saw it in the whatever, the quote unquote pandemic a few years ago, right? When they'd be like, oh, cash less systems and don't pay with cash. They obviously started it slowly but surely. But of course, at some point, they will quote unquote force this digital bank currency upon you. And then again, you don't really have too much choice. So that scary part about that will be, again, they kind of really orientate themselves upon China, how they do it there with the social credit score system. And that's where the scary part will come in. And the monster we saw earlier, as again, they can decide what you can buy and what not. And that's obviously the scary part when they be like, oh, you have a bad social credit system, you can't buy product X, Y, Z. And obviously they can push products, they can literally ban products. It will literally be the most controlled environment you will ever see. And a lot of people will be like, no, 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 that can never come. They are in the works right while we're speaking. They already rolled out these testing programs and they do it. They literally do it while we speak, if you want it or not. Again, if you think that's never gonna come, you will have an issue because they will do it. They will not ask you for for permission to do that, right? So you have to prepare for that, right? And again, the crazy part is that they will be deciding what you can buy, when you can buy it, or turn it off altogether. Again, think about when they put in the lockdowns. Now to put it even on a crazier point, when they literally be like, oh, after 10 o'clock, you can't not only leave the house, no, you can't buy anything. Oh, you can't send this person money. No, you can't buy from this shop. No, you can't go in this district and buy something there. That sounds crazy, but that's what they're planning literally right now. And again, they always do it for the full control of your buying power to keep you even more trapped than ever. Again, we talked about earlier of how they use money and an emotional state against you, and now they try to put it on a whole different level, right? They're literally trying to keep you not even trapped emotional wise, but literally trapped. You can't even buy anything without them giving you permission and obviously monitor exactly what you earn, what's your expenses, who do you send it to, what's the product you're buying. It's complete 100% transparency. And obviously that's not a nice thing because freedom as we used to know it will change, right? So it's up to you to obviously escape everything before that, get that fuck you money in quote unquote, where you can just live a normal life, don't worry about all that shit, and just get your freedom, right? Again, what they're also going to do, directly tax customer accounts, negative interest rates, where they just be like, okay, sorry, we have to remove a few $1,000 off your bank account because again, inflation is so bad, we have to stop it. They're just going to book it, right? And with a CBDC program, they can easily do that. And of course, they monitor every transaction you do. And again, this is not something conspiracy, get your tinfoil hat on your head. No, that's what they're doing right now. They're already testing it. And again, it could literally come this year in 2023. Obviously, hopefully not, but again, they're already preparing for it. 80% of global banks already announced that they're considering CBDC or already launched one. So there's already banks that already did it. And again, 80% already said, yes, we can consider it. And that's in the test runs, right? So again, in a few years, it will be not 80%, it will be 100. So again, you have to prepare for it instead of being like, no, 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 that's not gonna come. And of course, the reasons they will tell you is like, oh yeah, they have to stop the crime, like the oh my god, people buying drugs and blah blah. We have to stop it. Border control, like sending money across borders internationally will be much easier and all that stuff and much faster, and it protects you from this volatile crypto markets. And oh my god, you don't know what you do if you buy crypto, so let us protect you from this evilness. Like, it's all garbage. Of course, they try to give you some reasons that people are fine with it, but the scary quote, of course, is also from Augustin Carlson, which is the central or the general manager of the Bank of International settlements. And he said, quote unquote, the central banks will have absolute control on the rules and regulations that will determine the use of that expression of central bank liability, and we will have the technology to enforce that. So of course they can do whatever they want with these systems. Again, if they want to prevent you from buying anything at a specific time, a specific product, yeah, they can just shut it off. Again, they can limit you with a literally a flick of the finger. Again, maybe you're aware of this Andrew Tate situation, which is one of the biggest crimes in human history, if you want to say so. Again, like him, love him, or hate him, it doesn't matter what they did to him. Again, he was just speaking, like, again, truths, facts, again, his opinion, right? Again, if you disagree or agree with him, what they did to him, like just lock him up for like months and months, right, without real reasons, and again, completely shadow banning him, completely like cancel him on a flick of a finger, bank accounts being frozen, everything like that. It's like crazy. And if they can do it to a person like him, they can do it to everyone, right? So again, they will do it. It will be rough times, and it's for you 100%. So it's your time to set yourself and your family free from all this craziness. Again, just get the freedom you deserve. You have the skill sets to do it. Just get yourself free so you can escape all this craziness, and nothing has to bother you from there on. So again, take this opportunity, what you will learn in the awakening as well, and then set yourself free from all this craziness.